Fog advisory for the Yolo Causeway. Traffic slowing up at Reed Avenue, westbound 80. With traffic brought to you by ZeroResSacramento.com. And now, it's time for... Oh, no, wait. It's Dan. Dan?
Yeah, I thought something exciting was going to happen.
I did too.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to... I thought I was going to interview a supermodel.
No, I'm far from that. I'm sorry to let you down, pal.
Speaking
of letting down, I was thinking about the possible pardon of Anthony Fauci. It made me think about the healthcare system collectively. Everyone knows the Hippocratic Oath. It basically says do no wrong or do no harm to anyone. And the medical community is so far away from that. I mean, it's. I mention this because it's the open enrollment thing. You hear all these commercials about get your insurance and fill in, sign up for this, sign up for that, and you're paying I don't know hundreds, thousands of dollars a year. What are you getting with all this? I mean, back to the Hippocratic Oath and the swearing that a doctor will not harm you. That went out long ago. I mean, way back when abortion started. I don't know when that all started, but it became an industry.
It's always been around.
And how many millions of people have been killed because of that? And then I guess it started in the 60s and 70s. Instead of treating you, they would start giving you a pill, and that led to the symbiosis with the medical community and pharmaceuticals. And look at the monstrosity that is today. And now gender reassignment surgery.
Yeah.
And the worst of that is they are doing this to children. How could you be a doctor and perform such surgery on a child and call yourself, a medical professional?
You can't. You simply should be in prison if you harm a child. If you take a 13-year-old girl and cut off her breasts, you should be in prison. Period.
Yeah, and then with young boys, and then that's when they commit suicide because they realize, oh my God, what did I do or what happened to me? And you can't reverse those things. So again, the whole medical community is so perverted. And look what we just went through with the pandemic. Not the release of the virus, the misdiagnosis of the virus, the medical community at large pushing the vaccine, which they knew well that there were other protocols in place, and there were some that stood up. There were, to their credit, there were many doctors and medical professionals that did stand up to the Centers for Disease Control. And one thing I've never heard from is the American Medical Association. Where is the AMA? They don't talk about anything. I mean, you look at their website; it's pretty mundane. But they were overall, for the most part, silent. I mean, completely silent. I don't know about you, Sean. I've never heard any complaints from them. No stand on either way regarding what you should do, during for this and that, and especially with the pandemic, not saying anything. Again, why are you paying all this much money for insurance? And if you go to a doctor, do you really trust that you're going to get the right diagnosis? I have virtually no faith in the medical community at large.
Sadly, now I don't either. I don't really want to take a shot, no matter what they say it is. I don't. I don't want to. Well, and I haven't. I haven't helped me if something actually happens. And I mean, you feel like you cannot believe these people any longer.
Well, some people take a flu shot and it works for them every year, and that's totally fine. And some people like me don't take them because I took one 30 years ago. I got sick as hell. I swore I would never do that again. But now the word vaccine pops up, and I just, like you, I'm like, if it's a vaccine, I don't trust it. I don't trust anything from the medical community.
That's sad too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sad, and not just to mention the money you fork over.
Yeah, and the money they're making. Anyway, on that note, Dan, I got to get the heck out of here. So you have a fine day and remain a fine American.
Thanks, bud. Talk to you tomorrow.